In this tutorial, I am going to show you how to deal with this error message that comes up when you are trying to install packages using Conda. We have the error message here. It says packages not found error. And then you also see this: the following packages are not available from current channels. And you also see the list of packages that you are trying to install getting shown for you or getting displayed for you. So in this case, I am trying to install a single package. Now this error message comes up because Conda cannot find an important information, and that is channels. All right, what you should notice that Conda, before it installs a package or packages, it will need to get the channel, okay, from which it will download those packages and then install for you. All right, so if Conda cannot find any information relating to channels, or let me just put it this way: if Conda cannot find any channel, then that means it cannot download the packages, and that also means it cannot install the packages. All right, so that is why you have this error message coming up. All right, so I'm going to show you how to deal with this issue, but I thought I will explain why this comes up. And this comes up normally if you have installed Conda for the first time and you are going to use it. All right, that assumes that you are yet to use Conda, or let's say you are a beginner when it comes to using Conda. All right, this can also happen when you are using Mamba. Okay, so I am going to recreate this message again. I'm going to recreate this problem again. Okay, so I'm going to try to rerun this command, and then we will look at how to deal with it. All right, so I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to say Conda create-n bioinformatics, and I will say BWA. All right, so here I am creating an environment, and in that environment I want to install this to BWA. So I'm going to hit the enter button, and then we are going to find that the error message will be displayed again. Okay, so I've recreated it. Now let's look at how to deal with it. So to deal with this, you need to make sure you make available channels for Conda to use. All right, so if you have this, what you have to do first is to check if you have channels available on your system. All right, let's just look at it here. So you can just say Conda config show channels. Okay, so this will list some channels for you. You will have the default channel displayed for you, but in most situations this will not be enough for Conda to use to install your packages. And so if you have an issue like this, then what you have to do is to find a way to include the channels in your system so that Conda will use it. There are two ways to go about it. You can try to do this. You can try to create the environment and install the tool, and also specify the channel. Okay, and that's the first approach we are going to use to deal with this. So the first approach, we are going to install the packages. Okay, but in the command we are going to specify a channel that should be used. All right, and you should also make sure you know which channel from which the tool is installed, or the tool can be installed, or the tool is available. That one you have to find it out yourself. Okay, so I'll leave that to you, but if you have any channel, you can always let me know. All right, now I'm going to recreate the command again. Okay, so this time I'm going to say Conda create-n bioinformatics, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a channel. Now the tool I'm going to install is called BWA. All right, let's look at this. It's called BWA. So what I can do is to search for that. All right, so I can just say, let me just put it this way. I can just say BWA Conda. I can put it something like this. Okay, just to look at it. So if I do something like that, I can even say install Conda using BWA. I can do something like this. So most of the time you have the information coming up like this, so you can click it, and when you click it, all right, you have the instructions given to you or displayed for you. So in that instruction or instructions, you are going to find the list of channels, or the channel from which the package can be downloaded and configured. All right, so once you get the instructions, let's look at it. In most cases, you find this -c, and then you find this coming up, this name. So the name after -c indicates the channel. So -c indicates we are specifying a channel, and then the channel will be indicated, and we also have the tool displayed for you. All right. So here, this is what we have to add in order to install that package. All right. Or you can also get something like this. Okay, but for the most part, this one will work fine. So if I know the channel, then I can come back and then add it. So from here, I can say -c, and I can say bio Conda, and then I can say BWA like this. That becomes the final command. So once I do this, the tool is going to be installed for me. So all I have to do is to hit the enter button, and then I'll have to wait for Conda to do its work, or let me just say for Conda to do its magic. So that's what we have to wait and let it get done for us. Okay, so once the tool or tools have been installed successfully, you are going to find a message like this coming up. So that means that if you want to use the tool, you need to activate the environment and then use that tool. So to activate, you have to use the command that has been given to you. So in my case, it says to activate this environment, use this command. All right. So I can say Conda. Let me just clear it first before I do it. I can say Conda activate bioinformatics, and then I can say BWA. So this will indicate everything for me. Let me just do it again. I just type BWA, and then that's it. All right. So this is one approach to do it. All right. Now, if you want to deactivate the environment, you can just, let me just clear. You can say Conda deactivate, and that is done. All right. Now, this approach that I use, let's go back here. This approach that I use, I have to always specify the channels. Okay. But if you want to avoid specifying the channels every time you want to install a tool or tools, then you will have to add that. You have to add that to your system permanently. All right. So that is the second approach that you will use. So the second approach is to add all the channels that you intend to use in the future, and then Conda will automatically look at those channels and then pick the tools or packages and then install them for you. Okay, so the next approach, we have to do this. The next approach, first, so list your channels. So you can say Conda config show channels, and this will list the channels. And then what you can do is to now add the channels. Now, this is what I'm going to do. I have channels that I use for installing packages, and so I'm going to use that to show you how to add a channel. So I usually use two main channels, the bio Conda and then the Conda forge. So I will have to add them. So I can say Conda config -- add channels, and I'll specify the channel that I want to use. So I'll start with bio Conda, and then I'll say Conda config add channels, and I'll say Conda forge. That is done. So I can confirm by saying Conda config show channels. So this will list all the channels I have for me. So now if I want to install a tool or package, I can just specify that without having to include the channels, because I've already added them on my system. So I can say Conda create -n, let's just say bioinformatics 2. So there's another environment. All right, and I'll say BWA like this. So if I do it like this, let's hit the enter button, and then let's wait. All right, so if I do it like this, then because I have already added the channel information on my system, Conda will look at that and then download the necessary packages and install them for us. So that's what we have to wait and then see. Okay, so let's wait for Conda to complete its work. So now we have to type Y, and then once we do that, Conda will download all the necessary packages and then configure them for us. What you should note is that because we had earlier on tried to install BWA, these packages are already available, and so Conda will not need to download them again. It will just get them from your system and then use them. All right, so this has also been done, and so all I have to do is to activate your environment and then run the tool. So I'll do that. I'll just say Conda activate bioinformatics 2, and then I'll just type my BW command like this. All right, so that has also been done. So these are the two approaches you can use if you have an issue, okay, when it comes to installing packages. Okay, so if you have this issue which I've just made mention of, then these are the two approaches you can use to resolve them. Okay, so for those who don't have Conda, I have tutorials that show how to install Conda. If you want to use Mamba, I have tutorials. So check the description box, you'll find links to videos that show you how to do them. Okay, so that'll be all for this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next session.